Hi, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Batliner, and I'm here today to share with you a new read aloud. Our story today is called How Do Dinosaurs Learn to Be Kind by Jane Yolen and Mark Teague. Think of the word kind. What is another word that you can use that means the same as kind? Yeah, nice. Friendly. Yeah, those are all kind words. So, this is the title page. How do dinosaurs learn to be kind? Take a look at those dinosaurs. Do you think those are real dinosaurs from the past? Yeah, I don't know. I think some things on these dinosaurs look like dinosaurs from the past, but I think Mark Teague has used his imagination to create a different dinosaur and then to also give it a dinosaur name. So look at that one in the middle. It's an Antarctica pelta. Paletta. So imagine, what would you name a dinosaur? Now you'd have to think it couldn't be one that already has the same name. So you couldn't say Velociraptor or Tyrannosaurus Rex or T Rex because those are already. But think about, what would you name a dinosaur? Maybe I would name mine a Batasaurus. I'd have to think about that, what a Batasaurus would look like. So, once again, How Do Dinosaurs Learn to Be Kind by Jane Yolen, illustrated by Mark Teague. What does illustrated mean, boys and girls? Do you remember? Yeah, that's the person who draws the pictures. And this Mark Teague is an amazing illustrator, especially with dinosaurs. Remember, we have a dedication page. So Jane Yolen is dedicating this to my new dinosaur Peter, who knocks on the door of my heart. And Mark Teague is dedicating the book for Guillermo. I wonder who Guillermo and Peter are. How does a dinosaur learn to be kind? Does he roar about everything that's on his mind? Look at that picture, boys and girls. Does it look like he's kind? It does not look like he's kind. It looks like he's mad. Does he ride his bike fast, making other bikes fall? Does he then turn around and just laugh at them all? So he knocks them off their bikes and then he laughs at them. Is that being kind? No, that is not being kind. Does he splash in the tub till his brother cries out? Does he pull up the plug, leaving brother in drought? So that may be a new vocabulary word for you, the word drought. So think about it. You're in a bathtub, you pull the plug. What happens to all the water? Yeah, it goes away, and then you're left with no water. So, boys and girls, that's what a drought is. A drought is when there is no water in the area and the land gets dry, everything is dry. So, that poor little boy in the bathtub, he is in a drought because there's no water. Does he hide Grandpa's cane in a faraway bush? Look at the illustration on his face. He is really laughing. Does he give Grandma's wheelchair a fast, silly push? Look at Grandma. Does she look like she's having a good time? I don't know. This illustration is really pretty interesting because it looks like she's kind of smiling, but then maybe she may be saying, ah. Does he stomp in huge puddles to make a big mess? So, boys and girls, have you ever stomped in puddles? Yeah, when it rains and there's puddles and you stomp, do you make a big mess? Yes. One time I was standing on the street corner and there was a puddle in front of me and a car came driving by and he didn't slow down and it hit the puddle and guess where the water went? Yep, just like those children in this illustration, it went all over me. Does he spill his ice cream on Mama's new dress? Do you think Mama's mad? I don't know. Does he hide Daddy's pencils and papers and pens? How do you think the dad's going to feel if he needs those things? Yeah, I think he's going to be angry too. Does he tell silly stories about all of his friends? Boys and girls, should you tell stories about your friends? We've talked about that a little bit in our digital citizenship, that you should never, ever, ever, ever tell stories or share pictures unless you have your friend's permission. Does he wake up at midnight and make lots of noise? Look at the cat. The cat's wondering, hey, what's going on? Look at the poor father. He does not look very happy. I would not be happy if someone woke me up at midnight either. Does he steal his big sister's new shoes and her toys? What does it say on her door on that sign? My room, keep out. So, does he steal his big sister's new shoes and her toys? No, he doesn't do that. A dinosaur knows how to be very kind and always keeps other folks firmly in mind. So when you are kind, you do not take other people's things, you do not hide things, you do not make fun of anybody, you do not ride your bike in puddles or stomp in puddles to get people wet. His mother and father both call him sweet. He helps both his grands cross the busiest streets. Now look at that grandmother's face. It looks like she's pretty happy now. He's kind to his friends and his neighbors and more. What a one of a kind, very kind dinosaur. Put your thumb on your nose if you think that dinosaur is going to be able to ride that bike. No, I don't think he's going to be so either. And there are all of our dinosaurs again. Boys and girls, remember, we want to be like the second dinosaur in the story. When we are kind, we are nice to our friends and our family. We are kind to our grandparents. We don't make fun of our friends. We don't stomp in puddles to get others wet. We are very kind and nice. So, this is kind of interesting. At the very end of a story, sometimes you get a little bit of information about the author. So, Jane Yolen is the author of hundreds of beloved and best selling children's books, which have garnered numerous awards, including the Caldecott Medal and the 2022 Sidney Taylor Body of Work winner. Jane lives in Massachusetts. So when you have the Caldecott, that means your story is a really, really, really good story. Mark Teague is the award-winning author and illustrator of the best-selling Dear Mrs. LaRue series, as well as other humorous books for children. Mark lives in the Hudson River Valley with his family. So it's just kind of interesting to see that authors are people just like us. They have families, they live in certain places. So, I hope you enjoyed our story, and I hope you work on being kind to your classmates and your teacher and your family. All right, I will see you the next time.